as we said earlier, we were on the Craft Whisker show last night. We gave the invitation to everybody that wanted to be involved from last night to be involved tonight, and we got 2 takers, so that's better than 0. So that's pretty good. So let's just get this thing started. Yeah, so that's not the one I wanted. It's the one I have loaded. It doesn't matter. Here we go. We'll just do this one. So yeah, last night we were on the Craft Whisker show, and tonight we're going to bring in a couple people to talk about their experience and just overall BS for the next 45 minutes. So yeah, we'll go ahead and bring them in. We have Shannon Chickenbread and Christine Hackman. Oh my gosh. You better
stop it.
Oh, Shannon, you looked so much better a minute ago. Yeah, man, we don't want to see your face.
Christina, seriously, can we hear you? Can you talk?
I don't believe her.
Don't believe me. He's lying. That's what
we were getting ready to hang up on you.
Yeah, we're like just like this. Boom. Oh, she's back. Yeah,
hurtful.
So if you watched our amazing episode that we all did last night, Christine Hackman had some technical difficulties and had no audio, but tonight she fixed it. She went to the Canadian internet people and was like, "Listen here, I got to do this very important Talking Beard show." And they're like, "Whoa, you're going to be on Talking Beards?" And Canadian internet people gave her all the internet tonight. So what's up, Hackman?
I kind of wish it was the opposite and that tonight you wouldn't see me and I would just be like voice of God commenting on everything.
Well, I mean, you still could.
You can turn your camera off.
Here.
I could, but I'm looking really pretty today, so the people need to see this.
I mean, please don't ask for sound effects because Scott has some.
He disconnected the sound effect.
Disconnected it.
Okay, thank you.
So he was playing with this new sound effects machine and tried to run it through. And then we were going to prank call people, but it didn't work.
So I got this new doohickey. It's called a PodTrack P4. And basically what we can do is we can start running phone calls into the show. And it also comes with some built-in sound effects, which are kind of dumb, but we were goofing around with it earlier. And
I mean, it worked pretty good for Shannon's little story earlier. That was pretty funny.
We laughed really hard.
But yeah, but with the audio thing that he had when he called Natalie while we were testing it, she could only hear him. So
yeah, it could have been selective hearing. I don't want to hear you sometimes either. So
I mean, that's usually how it works in my house. She never listens to me ever. See?
All right, so let's get into last night's show. Let's talk a little bit about so last night, Aaron and I co-hosted the Craft Whisker Club show, and we were joined with Christine. We were also joined with Sommer, Hobbler, Natalie, Tisha, and our good friend Shannon below made the boxes for the craft battle. So this craft battle was to help. Basically, it's been promoted for the past 3 months or so. You say
something like that, yeah.
And it's been promoted to help raise money for wigsforkids.org. And we've been just trying to raise money here. And so last night was the culmination of all of it. And we had this big battle, which was a ton of fun. You guys can find it over on the either the Craft Whisker Club Facebook page, or you can find it on the Talking Beards Facebook page or YouTube page. It'll be there. But yeah, so we figured we would continue the fun from last night into tonight and have these two on and kind of just talk a little bit about last night and the whole SPAC story about how the idea came up and how Shannon came up with the idea for the products. And then we'll talk to Christina about what her thoughts were on opening that box and then trying to use those materials to make a mustache.
Yes. Yeah. So just dive into your creative box there, Shannon. Little backstory. Keep in mind that this was supposed to happen 3 months ago.
Yes,
everybody.
They were
and these boxes have just been sitting.
Yes. So I was privileged with providing this box, and I don't have that problem, but all these mustache guys are always griping. I get food in my mustache. I'm always biting my mustache, whatever. Just wah wah wah. So I figured we
That's
would
us.
have items that were edible, or mostly anyway, to where they could make an edible mustache. And they got a box that weighed like 3 pounds and something. It had all kinds of candies, little candied marshmallows. Some had gummy bears, some had a gummy glob.
Because they melted.
There was some because, mind you, it was shipped in August.
And it was, still a lot warmer in Texas and whatnot.
Yeah,
where the boxes were coming
there
from.
was some dried chili peppers in there. There was those little candy necklaces, some sour strips, some, gosh, I don't even remember what it was. Several items.
Gummy cheeseburgers.
Little bitty cheeseburgers. Yep. So idea was to have fun with it and make a mustache out of edible items.
And then while Shannon was setting it all up, or while we were, he was describing everything in the box, he was like, so for bonus points, if you don't use glue, that would be even better.
Because they had Cheese Whiz as well, as Christine just held up.
And peanut butter.
And peanut butter and frosting that they could have used as a binder. And I will give kudos to Natalie. She used only items from the box.
And I would like to say her room was a mess afterwards. And it absolutely just reeked of peanut butter. After the show, I went in there. I was like, it just smells like a peanut butter factory in this room. But
why don't you bring up a picture of Natalie's mustache?
So I've got everybody's in here, but this is Natalie's. There's no glue or anything. She used the peanut butter and the cheese whiz, and I guess the black is that icing stuff.
The frosting. Yep. She
it's
used only items in the box.
It's a mess, but it worked.
Was freaking cool.
And it stayed together.
And there were those little French fry things. I don't know what that hot dog looking thing is. Is that a hot dog? Not a candied hot dog.
One of the gummies.
Okay, yeah. Little umbrellas. All kinds of little sparkly shaped things. They all did outstanding. It was freaking cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was something. But it was funny because we had heard that you tried to put cotton candy in it, but something with the cotton candy didn't work. And so you ended up shipping it without the cotton candy. And then I told Natalie, I was like, I hope he did not just send food. Surely the cotton candy was the only food that was in there, because it's just been sitting on the table here for 3 months. I'm like, man,
and thank goodness there wasn't anything perishable in there. The gummy bears didn't fare so well in some of the boxes.
I think ours was okay. Your
put
gummy
a can of soup in there.
Yeah, Summer had a glob of gummy glob.
It was just a glob.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting time. What did you think about it, Miss Hackman?
Well, it was a challenge for sure. And there was no way I was going to do anything without my glue gun. So props to Natalie for getting through that. But yeah, that was, I'm still sweeping up sugar off of my floor. And that was nasty. That was a whole bunch of nasty. I appreciate the challenge there, Shannon. But wow, I'm never doing that again.
Look at this! Look at this creation that she was able to put together.
It is,
dude. This thing is beautiful.
Yeah, there's some little miniature toast and some gum. She used the little marshmallows, the sprinkles.
Oh, spatulas too were in there.
Oh yeah,
some little spatulas and a whisk.
Straws.
So next to the toast with the pink umbrella, next to it, is that a cap that's on there?
What is that?
Oh, the little thing by the gummy bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Now she went and did it. She went and touched it.
Remember that time where when Hackman was working? That was pretty good. Oh, there you go. You're back.
my back. Okay. Sorry, I had an incoming phone call. I'm using my phone tonight. It's very confusing.
Who was it? We should have answered it and talked to him.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
Okay. Whew. Yeah. So the only thing is, I didn't think at all in advance how I was going to attach that to my face. And by the time I was done, it was about 2 pounds of candy. So all I could do was hold it up. But I did manage to make matching chest hair because that's what I do. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it. I don't know anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't
we didn't get a
your
picture of that.
chest hair.
You just got to believe. Just believe.
It was there. We
It's
saw
the
it.
season. It's the season to do that, Hackman. It's the season to believe.
It is.
If I would have known it'd be December before they done it, I could have done Christmas candy.
Well, I mean, there's still time.
Yeah, we still have a week left till Christmas.
Yeah, go ahead and send it out. We'll do another one. All the girls were super thrilled about doing the first one, so they'll probably be even more thrilled to do it again.
So how many of those items, Christine, do you not have in Canada?
We lost her again.
She's sideways again. There
we go.
She's back. Hey.
Yeah, you should.
Sorry, I've been getting somebody is phoning me from the East Coast of Canada, and I'm wondering if it's urgent because they've called twice now. But if it's really urgent, they'll call a third time.
If you need to hop off and answer your phone, you can come back in a little bit.
No, what if it's what if I'm going to find out that somebody died? I don't want to hear about that right now. Let's talk about happy things instead.
All right, we'll talk about happy things. So Shannon asked, what of those items did you not have in Canada?
Well, I pray to God we don't actually have this in Canada. I've never seen it before.
Cheese whiz
it's terrifying.
at all?
Take you another swig of that like you did last night, just to show the fans how wonderful it really is.
You know what? I swear to you, I didn't actually. You can see the nozzle is clean. That was miming. I did not put this in my body. I'm afraid to put this in my body.
It'll change your life.
It will. You'll love it.
But if somebody will pledge $100 to our cause right now, I will put this. I will take a swig of this.
Done.
Oof.
Okay.
It was probably Justin Trudeau calling because you're famous now because of your mustache.
Yep.
Well, we do talk a lot. There's only like 8 people in Canada, and we're all on the same phone plan. So Justin is on my phone plan.
Maybe they could make a spray like cheese for poutine.
We just spray gravy instead. That's part of the poutine hemisphere.
So you probably have like gravy whiz in Canada.
We do. You can spread it. You can spray it. You can drizzle it. You can put it in ice cubes, and then you can put it into your coffee afterwards. So you can have a nice gravy latte. We're very big fans of that.
Oh, I love a good gravy latte. It really like wakes you up in the morning, you know?
You got to get that at the Tim Hortons, but only in the Canadian ones, obviously.
Of course. Obviously. Well, where else would you get something so magical as that than Tim Hortons? You gotta go Tim Hortons
in America's Cat.
Your gravy latte and a pack of hockey cards.
Yes. And there was those Justin Bieber Timbits, which are like little donut balls. I think people like balls, don't they?
So at an hour and 4 minutes last night, you can hear Scott Sykora mention how much he loves balls.
I made my declaration.
What he did.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
1 hour and 4 minutes of last night's episode of the Kraft Whisker Show.
I was really hoping, and I should have thought about this today. I thought you would go in and cut that out and
I
play
meant
it
to.
tonight.
I meant to, but I forgot.
Oh, it's my new ringtone, Scott.
Oh, if you want me to, I'll make it happen for you because we talk so much.
Bless.
Well, we
So
did
back to the cheese whiz.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, Shannon. There you go. You got to eat cheese whiz now.
Jesus
Hackman.
Christ.
So
Okay.
speaking of cheese whiz, is everybody familiar of a Philly cheesesteak?
Yes, whiz.
Yeah, that's the cheese that's on a Philly cheesesteak, or supposed to be, is cheese whiz. No,
just put the can up. We want to see.
I got to see if I can get it. Do I have to crack this open? Oh, God.
there you go. You figured it out. No, just open your mouth and push the little trigger. Go for it.
Come on, pretend it's like whipped cream.
Yeah, just like whipped cream.
Yeah. There you
Open
go.
it. There you
It's
go.
yellow
Come on.
whipped cream.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
It's gonna match it matches
For
your
charity.
glasses.
Yeah,
charity.
exactly.
It's for the kids.
It matches your glasses.
Uh-huh. I
Come on.
can't make it up now.
That's gonna be my new screensaver.
Eat it. Yeah. What
Okay,
are
that's
you doing?
enough.
Oh.
The camera off.
Oh my gosh.
That was worth every penny.
Absolutely.
Oh my
You
goodness.
didn't even eat any of. Oh, now you look like a 4-year-old. Is that a notebook paper?
It is. It's all I've got handy. I wasn't expecting.
Oh my goodness.
To spray cheese all over your face.
Well, if you were at Aaron's house, you could just randomly grab one of the cats and wipe your face with it.
You could. Anywhere.
That was awesome.
That was great. She looks like she's going to cry. So speaking of the things we do to help the kids, let's talk a little bit about Wigs for Kids.
Let's talk about Wigs for Kids, Scott.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about them.
Christine, I think that you're the one that come up with that charity, aren't you?
I was hoping we would do something for the kids, and also as a wig maker, I work with a lot of cancer patients. So Locks of Love was one name that came up, but then I believe it was Summer that found the Wigs for Kids, because they're actually a little bit better as far as we were concerned. They don't charge the children for the wigs, and I believe that other charities might. So we just thought we'll get 100% behind these ones, because especially at this time of year, again, it's difficult for children. It's a hard time to be sick. It's a hard time to look sick. And if you've got a little bit of hair on your head and you can fit in with the rest of the kids, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So we're really proud to find this one.
I can only imagine how hard it is on those little kiddos.
Wigs for Kids is a nonprofit organization that helps children suffering from hair loss stemming from chemotherapy, radiation therapy, alopecia, trichotillomania, burns, and other medical causes. Stylists and regular people just like you work together to give recipients the self-esteem and self-image they deserve. And so each one of these wigs that they make is handmade, custom made for each child. I mean, they say that once these wigs go on and these kids are out playing, they're not going to fall off their heads. They're there and they're going to stay with them and stick on their head. And each one costs about $1,800 to make. So I mean, that's quite a bit of money, but I mean, it's definitely, these little kids are worth it. And it, to help with their self-esteem, of course. I mean, that's, that's the worst thing is, like, I specifically remember when I was in elementary school and we had a girl who had cancer and she lost all of her hair with chemotherapy. And this is 1980. So, I mean, it was back then, it was rough. And I remember her coming to school one day with a wig, and just everyone was just like, they felt so good for her because she felt the most normal that she had felt in months, because she had missed so much school because she had been so sick with the chemotherapy and everything. But yeah, I mean, that was almost 40 years ago. And just seeing how much everything's changed in all of these years. And even my grandmother, who went through chemotherapy, she had wigs too to help her when she went out in public and stuff. It makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
I remember the very first time a friend of mine had cancer and I had started being a wig maker, and we went to a store to try and buy her a wig. And she was a woman, I think she was about in her 50s at the time, and we got zero customer care. We just were trying wigs on like they were toques. It was just a humiliating experience to be through that. It's come a long way as far as customer care goes in the wig industry, but a lot of pre-made wigs are still made for adult heads, even the smaller ones. If a kid's got a really tiny head, it's really hard to get a good fit. And you have to have a good fit so it doesn't go flying off. You have to have a good fit so it looks decent. You don't want to pull it down like a toque. It's got to look normal. And making a custom wig like they're doing for Wigs for Kids, that can take between 40 and 60 hours to build a wig from scratch. So
they were talking a few hundred hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And aren't these all made with real hair as well, right?
Yeah, and it's they take hair donations as well. So if you ever have a bunch of hair that you want to donate, ideally you want to have hair that's not processed, like blue hair like mine, nobody would want. But it should be at least 8 inches long. The longer the better. And what you can do is you can braid it up or ponytail it up and then cut that above the elastic. And then it's nice and bundled, because little wig thing here. If your hair grows in cuticles, so it's kind of like shingles. And if you mix the hair up and some of it's going one way and some's going the other way, then it's going to tangle. So you have to make sure that the hair is all going in the direction that it grows when you donate it. And I've had people try and give me donations that they swept up off the floor. Don't do that. That's unhygienic. That's messy. That ain't going to work.
It's just because it's not hygienic, or?
And the cuticles are backwards, and then you got to pick through there and get things right. No, just braid it or ponytail it proper. Make it easy.
Hey, here we go. So if you go to wigsforkids.org, which I just realized is based out of Cleveland, Ohio. I did not know that.
You used to live there.
Yeah, it's actually in a town not far from where I live in Westlake, Ohio, which they go there all the time. But yeah, they have guidelines and everything. They're looking for hair that it says make sure it is minimum of 12 inches for proper hair donation length. They encourage you to wait and grow a longer ponytail, 14 plus inches, to have the most impact on the child in need. And then, as Christine was talking about color treated or highlighted hair, it says temporary coloring or highlights that wash out are acceptable, but must be completely washed out before cutting. You can find out all this information, like we said, by going over to wigsforkids.org. There's ton. I mean, this is one of those websites that I spent I felt like an hour on earlier today. There's a lot of information on here. So definitely go check it out.
Have you ever, Christine, made any wigs for children?
Not from scratch. No, I did have a family that came to me and they just had a regular size wig that they needed sized down. And that's possible, but it still is never going to fit as right as a custom wig would.
So with a custom wig, you just measure their head or something like that, basically, and it's made for that person. It's not.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I assume.
Yeah. So if you are interested and you want to know more information, there's three different main areas on their website. So if you are a family that's looking for a wig, there's a portal for recipients, a one for people who are wanting to donate hair, and then for stylists who, if you own a salon or something and you want to become part of the program to help collect hair for these kids that hand it over to Wigs for Kids, you can check it out there. But there's tons of, like I said, tons of resources here on this website. So,
all right. Do we have anything we're going to auction off tonight? We got 20 minutes for the end of the show. I didn't think about it. We kind of sort of talked about it. I don't know. I got some shirts and stuff I can throw in. I got all the Honest Amish stuff that you could ever imagine. If anybody wants to
giving away all of the Honest Amish stuff,
we can. I don't know.
All of it? I don't think they would be happy about that, Aaron.
I don't know. I got this. I can keep adding to it. Let's do that. Let's just start here, and let's just get this ball rolling. Let's try
we'll do an Honest Amish mega prize pack.
So I've got these three to start it out with. It's pure oil, heavy duty balm, a slick soap. What else? I don't know. I got stuff over here. I got a comb.
Do you?
I do. I have a
beard FHL t-shirt.
I got a FHL t-shirt.
Don Wayne's offering $30.
$30. There we go. We got a little prize pack going here.
So Christina, say for instance you're going into one of these just general wig stores around the corner, what are most of those wigs made out of?
Well, you usually have the choice between synthetic or human hair. And there's going to be a difference in price point based on that. And a lot of people also wonder what is going to be more comfortable to wear. And it's not really a question of synthetic versus human hair. It's more about the density of the wig. So if you've got a wig with a lot of extra hair on it, then it's going to be a lot hotter to wear. And it's also going to end up looking very wiggy. So if you want to get something that passes on the street, it's good to get something that's got a little less hair in it, or even to thin it out with thinning shears. You can get a salon, a hairdresser to take care of that for you. But the good thing, synthetic wigs are a lot better than they used to be in the old days, and they really do pass a lot better on the street. There's people wearing wigs that you don't even know they are.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
Natalie sat next to a lady on the airplane, and she was like, "Oh, I really like your hair." And I couldn't have told you. And then the lady was like, a little bit later, she's like, "Yeah, it's a wig." I'm
It's
like,
a toupee.
Had no idea. Look, just would have never imagined in a million years. Like, yeah, looks super good.
I think one of the biggest areas where you can tell a fake wig or whatever is usually on the hairline. Usually it's because it doesn't look natural and it doesn't look like it's growing out of the scalp. And if it's not styled properly, that's when it looks the worst, I'm sure. But
yeah, it really helps if people wear styles with bangs and that comes around the face, because anytime you try and have like just a part, it's going to show that hard line there.
Just like on that, like what would they use for like a backing or under material? Like how because I don't know. I'm asking dumb questions, but I mean, they're not dumb questions, but I mean, since I have an expert here, well, why not take advantage? So, like, say for instance, for me, like, how would you attach a wig to my head? Like, do you put something on my head and glue it, or do you set it, or is it Velcro, or like, how does it work?
Okay, well, if somebody doesn't have any hair but they want to wear a wig, usually wigs are made on a cap that's got some stretch to it. So it does sort of fit your head a bit like a toque. And then what you can do is use some double-sided tape at some strategic points to sort of anchor it down.
Or you could get buttons installed in your head, like surgically implanted, and then you put the opposite side of the button on the wig, and then you just like snap them in place.
I think there are some toupee systems where they do the derma magnets, but that's I don't deal with toupees.
What?
Why not? Why don't you deal with toupees?
Well, I used to a long time ago, and I found that, pardon my French, but guys are pretty disgusting in their hygiene, and a lot of times they just do not wash their hair pieces enough. And I would be given these toupees to work on that were just dripping with DNA, and I don't need that.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a question for you, Miss Hackman. So
you're in
on
trouble.
some of these, it's here we go. Speaking of merkins, so merkins I've seen, and some beards. There's extra lace that pokes out past the hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, like the
Yes.
wig netting. Well,
Yes.
why do you leave some wig netting outside of the hair like that instead of just running the hair all the way up to the line?
Okay. Well, while you're building it, you need that extra hair so that you can pin it and work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're going to use it, it depends on the situation. I would leave longer lace if I was doing, say, a wig or something for theater, because then it's going to make that hairline come nice and close. Or also there's a very fine lace that you can use for film and television. But if I was going to use that same piece up close and personal, then I would trim the lace, because very close, you're going to see it.
I just didn't know if you filled that in with like a makeup or something like that.
You shouldn't have to. It should go invisible enough. Like I said, the stage stuff from far enough away, it just disappears. And the stuff that I do for HD, it's so fine that it blends right away.
Once it begins the skin, it just kind of disappears.
You make wigs for Home Depot?
Yes. You'd be surprised how many of those Home Depot people are wearing rugs.
I would be surprised. Thank goodness I shop at Lowe's. They don't have those there.
All right, so if you we're gonna auction this shirt, this Honest Amish prize pack. I got a comb and stuff. It's up to $47 and a 20-piece McNuggets and a free Scoot throat punch.
Yeah, you don't want to make me lose my voice anymore.
Yeah, so definitely someone needs to bid past $47 so Scott doesn't get punched in the throat.
I would love to continue talking.
Yeah. What else we got?
Well, let's talk about let's talk a little bit about a competition that's coming up next month that Shannon and
That
Aaron
is
are
a
both
great
involved
idea.
with. Yeah, I sometimes am full of good ideas.
Yeah, this one right here.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, what do you know about this little competition there, Shannon? We're gonna have you on the show to fully dive into it, but you know, where are we at with the planning process with this thing?
January 21st, right here in LaGrange, Texas. Same venue as last year, the Historic Casino Hall. Same charity as last year, the Health and Behavioral Wellness Council, the Greater Colorado Valley. Look up that page, the event page on Facebook. It's got the link in there for the charity. You can read all about them. It's got updates, announcements, and everything on there. It's shaping up to be awesome. Last year was just absolutely amazing, and I think that this year is going to be as well.
I just remember from last year the people being there and just how just the people that had never been to a beard competition before were just so completely enamored and enthralled with what we were doing and were just extremely inquisitive. I just remember just watching groups of people walking around and like asking questions and talking to all of us like, oh my gosh, this is great, you know, and just kind of learning about the beard culture and what we've been doing for years and years of all these like small little events that we throw to help raise money for these charities and stuff. And I just remember how grateful they were and just how excited they were that we were there raising money for them. And how once again, I mean, I know we had spoke with you last year about this, Shannon, but how did you come about the what is it? The Colorado
the wellness so it's the Health and Behavioral Wellness Council of the Greater Colorado Valley, but they shortened it to just the Wellness Council.
This is great.
They shortened it for this year.
Yeah.
So what they did, us discussing it, what we wanted the money to go to, and we wanted it to be a mental health suicide prevention type charity, and all of us reached out to different ones, and some bigger ones, some national ones, and couldn't even get a call back. And so we started looking local, and I work with a gentleman that January 20th, the Friday before our comp, will be the 3-year anniversary of him losing his 16-year-old daughter. And I reached out to him. We've talked a lot, even before the comp, but I talked to him and I said, because they had a fundraiser type deal in his daughter's name. And I inquired about that. And he said, let me tell you, let me hook you up with this lady, Dr. Maisie Leftwich. He said, that's who I would recommend. What they're doing, they were a brand new charity. They just started. This January will be 2 years since they had their first meeting. And what it is they put together a resource directory just for rural folks, because we're 100 miles from Houston, Austin, San Antonio. There's a lot of resources in those areas, not so much in the rural community. And she is actually a retired therapist that moved from the Houston area to this rural area to retire, and got to see the need for those things in this area. And one of them was a resource officer or a mental health officer in Colorado County, which is the next county over. That was their first big goal, was to get the funds raised to hire a mental health sheriff's deputy that is first a sheriff's deputy, but trained in mental health situations. And they get to go, and they are the ones that go out on those calls and can have a much, much more positive outcome in those situations. And then after that, he makes daily checks to people in the community that have had I wouldn't say a history of mental illness, but were prior calls. He just makes, house calls and wellness visits and stuff. And it's truly, truly been amazing.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely a worldwide epidemic. And I mean, I like the fact that, you were able to find a more localized organization that was, I mean, this is great. I mean, I guess I didn't realize that they were just starting out too. And, what a perfect time for us to get involved with them is when they're, just in their infancy, and hopefully that this relationship continues to grow and we can be one of those forces that helps them like gain huge momentum every year and make huge strides in helping a lot more people. I mean, that's just so fascinating. And I mean, thank you very much.
Yeah, Shannon's been doing a ton of work with these people. He's being kind of modest about how much he's done with them, but dude, it's really cool. It's cool to see it all come together, and I know this event it means a lot to that community there in LaGrange, and I feel like people are going to come out for it. I really do.
I think we're going to have a lot bigger community presence.
Absolutely.
I think a lot bigger community presence.
I think people were going to have some FOMO from last year.
Yeah,
because it was a cool event for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, just seeing how people were reacting that had never been to it, like they were truly excited and just, just like I said, very inquisitive about what this was. And I wouldn't be shocked to see like dozens more people show up that are competing that have never done beard competitions before, that are just, anticipating this event just to be a part of it. So I think that is awesome too.
Yep. I already know of a few local folks that are going to be first-time competitors there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
So back on a more not
upbeat
note. There we go. Alan Eckert is, where are we at? Yeah, here we go. Oh, never mind. Don Wayne's up to 80. So we got this shirt, I'll probably throw some more stuff in the box. I'll just be completely honest. So it'll be a prize pack for sure, and I'll load it up. But yeah, we're up to $80. We can just go ahead and say, anybody else wants to be $80? This is your
Alan's going at it.
Alan bid 85.
There you go.
Yep.
So
and
give Alan and Don time to respond.
There you go.
We want to encourage everyone.
I've got some You Matter stuff that I gathered up. We'll do whenever this one's over.
Sure.
And anyone that's in the chat room who wants to donate, I mean, any of these guys that have made an offer, please, I mean, if you guys still want to, just go to the PayPal page and go to the Craft Whisker Club at yahoo.com, make the donation to that. That would be really awesome. Anything we can do to help these little kids out, I mean, not that we'd be able to raise enough money to make a difference for them for this Christmas, but and making a difference in their future is just, I mean, enough. It doesn't matter when it happens, but we would just love to be a part of making a difference in these kids' life. So we have Christmas coming up in a little over a week. Gosh, do you guys celebrate Christmas up in Canada?
We have the North Pole in Canada.
Oh,
so it's part of our culture. We are forced to, by law, to celebrate Santa Claus.
Because he lives in your country, so
he is there. Yes.
There you go. Don Wayne's up to 90. There we go.
Do you guys call him something?
Outbid.
Oh, look at that. Do you guys call him something different up there in Canada?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Alan gave the thumbs up. I think that's his way of saying he's out.
I'd say Don is your winner.
That's it. Don Wayne, go ahead and send that over to the Craft Whisker Club at yahoo.com on PayPal. And yeah, that's about all we got time for tonight, really. I would have liked to auction a whole bunch of stuff off, but we're not What Up Mob Wednesday. We're not going to go for 3, 4, 5, 10 hours.
I would have auctioned this off, this authentic cheese stuff.
That's
cut
yours.
by a Hackman, but I guess it's too late for that.
Oh,
The Hackman, is that what it's called now?
this is a good question. What's more important in Canada, Christmas or Boxing Day?
New Year's Eve.
That wasn't the question.
Yeah, there's 2 holidays here. What's more important? Like, what's more celebrated in Canada?
Valentine's Day.
Is there a National Hockey Day up there?
Stanley Cup Day.
That's the best day.
Every day is Hockey Day in Canada.
Every day is Stanley Cup Day in Canada.
What is hockey?
It's the greatest sport ever invented.
Like soccer with sticks, I think. Something like that, right?
It's like soccer on steroids with sticks.
Yeah. It's
and
like
you can actually like beat each other up. You don't like just have to like roll around on the ground if someone blows air on you and act like you
that's
just got
true.
destroyed.
That's where hockey gets the win over soccer, because you can fight and it's okay.
What are you talking about?
So violent.
I know. Canadians embrace the violence.
That's the only time that any Canadian does anything violent ever. That's why
we're
many
wearing
people
padding and have sticks in our hands. It's true.
That's why it's so popular in Canada. It makes sense. Like, y'all can't, fight each other, but like if you play hockey, you can fight each other like the Americans do, and then you're like, sold. Let's all go play hockey and beat up each other.
If they get a boo-boo, all they got to do is lay down on the ice.
Yeah, then the ice heals it, and then they're back in.
So do you guys like watch the movie Strange Brew like we watch like well, what would be like an American classic here?
Fast and the Furious.
Lonesome Dove.
Strange Brew is very dear to my heart. It's true. There's hosers, there's beer, there's toques. They've got it all.
What about Mighty Ducks?
It's not a Canadian movie. It's a Disney movie, you idiot.
It's about hockey?
It's about Disney hockey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then how
strong opinions.
And then how Disney influenced the NHL to make a team. Dumb.
I think we touched a soft spot there.
She did not like
don't
that.
keep poking that. Just back off.
I'm on your team. Christina and I are on the same team when it comes to the hockeys.
Christine Hackman loves the Mighty Ducks. So
There you
everybody that's watching, just make sure that you keep that in mind. If like you're buying her like Christmas presents or something like that, a DVD or VHS of Mighty Ducks. One,
You're
two.
getting coal for Christmas, and it's not going in your stocking.
Ooh.
Where's it going?
Yanis.
My nose? Are you going to make me?
Yes, that is what I am implying.
My butt?
An orifice that is not a stocking.
Anything can be a stocking if you put your mind to it.
Quack,
I've got
quack,
cheese
quack,
lick. I
quack.
don't need you guys anymore.
Yeah, eat that cheese whiz.
All right.
Do we have a total for tonight?
Do we have a
My
total?
income smells like cheese now, by the way. So thanks for that.
Well, because probably some of it went up your nose.
Did you?
It's possible too.
You put it everywhere, but in your mouth. Like, you just
For
refuse
effect,
to
Aaron.
eat the cheese whiz. You're just like,
Leave the poor girl alone. Gosh.
why? Sorry. Here.
Yeah. Quack, quack, quack. Don's sending his in currently. So
Sending.
add
Okay.
that.
Well, I know we raised a little bit tonight. We didn't quite, reach the $1,800. That would have been super cool, but hopefully we got closer to that 1,000. And every little bit's going to help. And if we didn't do these 2 shows this week, that means the few $100s that we raised wouldn't have got raised for those kiddos and trying to get a new wig. So,
And
Okay.
Shannon, did you guys discuss are we going to keep that PayPal open till the end of the week?
All week.
All week.
I think so. Yeah. Fabs and them are going to bring it up on their show Friday as well.
Yep. And I think Ray Norcross is going to bring it up on his show on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, cool.
But
Cool.
yeah. Oh, let's do this real quick. I didn't finish it. So here's Hackman's mustache from last night. We went over that. There's Natalie's, only put together with peanut butter and icing mustache. Here's Tish's. Did she use any? She used hot glue on hers as well.
Yeah,
Right?
she used some glue.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I don't know. Did Summer? She used
Hobbler?
hot glue as well.
I think she used a little, yeah.
She used a lot of peanut butter, but she did use some hot glue. I really
But
like the
Summer
cheeseburger right in the
did-
middle.
Summer did eat part of hers after the show was over.
She 100% did. She took a couple pretty substantial bites out of it. I was like, why did you not do this on the show? She's like, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. But
And that's why she's not here tonight, because she is homesick after
probably
eating stale mustache. It ain't right.
Absolutely took a couple chomps out of her.
So you're going to be sick tomorrow then for eating stale cheese, canned cheese.
Oh, canned cheese. I can't believe you ate.
I can feel my
canned
color
cheese.
coming up already. It's not
It'll
good.
either cause diarrhea or cure it.
Wow. So much to look forward to. Thank you.
Or not look forward to.
See, and I was just going to watch some Netflix tonight, but now I guess I'm just going to be watching and see what happens
You're
with
going
the
to
cheese.
secretly go get a box of crackers and your can of Cheese Whiz and watch movies.
You are.
I'm going to put that over on my OnlyFans. It'll be me watching documentaries, cheese and crackers.
Talking Beards has an OnlyFans.
Why don't you get yourself a nice baguette and you can just spray it on there?
You just get a
Make it
donut
fancy.
from Tim Hortons and put Cheese Whiz on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yourself
my
a
goodness.
baker's dozen of some maple glazed donuts.
With some spray cheese. That's brilliant.
Tish's stomach wasn't happy, or Tish's stomach was not happy last night after eating it.
Maybe we weren't supposed to eat it. Looking back, I'm thinking, yeah.
Shut
It's
up,
only been
Nico.
sitting in the box for 3 months.
It's fine.
I kept it by my heater. Was that a bad idea?
No,
Yeah,
I think
probably.
it's good. It kept it nice and toasted.
I think it fermented.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Nothing
I had
like
to
a
mute
Cheese
because
Whiz
Nico's
drunk.
barking. Sorry.
It's all good. Nico wanted to be on the show tonight.
He really wanted to be on the show tonight. So, but we want to thank you guys for coming in tonight. Shannon for making a great box, and Ms. Hackman, thank you for making a beautiful mustache and eating some cheese whiz with us tonight.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Ride your bicycle with the basket and go get a baguette,
There you go.
says Jeff Harris.
Hey, and I have
Through
some
the
breaking
snow.
news.
Oh, what breaking news?
We are up to $690 in the paper.
Wow.
Once Don Che completes his transaction, it'll be $690. So that's still pretty good. That's almost
That's
$700.
all good.
Yeah. So thank you everybody that participated in that tonight and last night. And like we said, we're going to keep it open all week. Ray Norcross Thursday night, we'll be talking about it. Fabs and Foghorn and Chicken Wing and whoever else shows up over there on that show. Friday night we'll talk about it. But yeah, let's try for $1,800 so we can make one whole wig. Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching tonight. And